The 2022 Ford Bronco Sport Outer Banks. Hi, I'm Tim Bartz, Ford Video Guy here in McArthur Ford in Salina, Kansas, where you can find some of the best Ford content, news, and updates right here on this channel. So if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, hit the red subscribe button down below so you can subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. That way you can get notified next time another video uploaded to your YouTube channel. We are going to cover what we call our complete guide walk around on the Outer Banks trim of the 2022 Ford Bronco Sport, which means we're going to cover all the standard equipment first that is available on all your Outer Banks. Couple different packages you might consider that you might want to get on your vehicle, as well as standalone options and even dealer installed options, all in this one video. Very long video, so check the timestamps down below, as well as the different chapters if you're watching this on a mobile phone. Move around the video all you want to. That's what those are there for. And don't forget, we do free shipping. So if you're wanting to get a vehicle, want to get one custom order just to your liking, we can help you out with that, and we do free shipping. We'll talk more about that at the end of the video, and there is a timestamp down below. If at any time you decide you want to do that, you can check out that timestamp where we talk more about the free shipping. So let's go ahead and get it and dive right in. First, let's talk about a few mechanical features, what's standard on those, some of the different safety features as well, before we get started walking around the vehicle. Now, standard on all these on the Outer Banks trim is going to be the 1.5 liter EcoBoost engine with your auto start stop technology and your 8-speed automatic transmission. So auto start stop technology means come up to the stoplight, stop sign, it's going to shut the vehicle off, and that kind of helps with emissions and such while you're stopped there. And when you let go of the brake, it's going to turn the vehicle back on. Now, if that's something you don't like, you can deactivate that. There's a little A with a circle around it there. I'm showing you a clip of that. So when you, if you want it, that'll deactivate it for that engine cycle, and that won't happen. It won't shut the vehicle off that way. Also, these are going to come standard in the 4x4 with the terrain management system with the 5 GOAT modes. GOAT modes means go over any type terrain. Those different modes, you just use that dial right there on the console. Turn that dial, it's going to shift it from that normal mode. You do have an eco mode. You also do have a sport mode, a slippery mode, and a sand mode. So all those different modes are going to change the shifting of the transmission, activation, deactivation of traction control, and some other things in the drive and feel of the vehicle to handle those different situations. So in sport mode, it's going to hold that gear a little longer, so you always have a sport feel, and you can take off. Slippery mode, it's going to gear down the your torque there, so that way your tires don't slip on the snow and the water if it's raining and that kind of thing, or wet pavement. So different modes are going to be able to change the shifting of the transmission, the amount of torque that you get, and the just the feel of the gas pedal itself. So I love how those all work together there with the different GOAT modes. Now we do have front and rear stabilizer bar, so you're going to give you a great ride on the vehicle. Also, you're going to have your Hill Start Assist with this vehicle as well, and you're going to have engine oil cooler, which will help cool the vehicle, the engine off, keeping that 1.5 liter EcoBoost engine running well. Also, you do have the electronic brake, so you do have with the auto hold feature. That means if you come to a stoplight, stop sign, whatever you want to hold, you want to rest your foot a little bit, you can press that little hand button there on the console, and it's going to hold that brake. So then you can let go of the brake and relax that way. And then when you're ready to go, just press the gas and you're ready to go off. Also, you do have the traction control too, electronic traction control that comes with this vehicle too. And then you have the EPAS, electric power assist steering. So, you know, slower speeds, it's easier to turn that steering wheel. Faster speeds up on the highway, that wind won't push you from side to side. You don't need to correct as much with the EPAS system there. So real nice how that works. Let's talk about some safety features real quick. You do have the advanced track with roll stability control. So it's going to use a series of brakes around the vehicle, so keep you on your intended path. So if you go into that curve maybe a little too fast, or it's a slick out or something like that, it uses an advanced track to help you keep you from rolling over and keeping you on that intended path. Also, you do have, along with this, I'm forgetting one thing, you do have pre-collision assist with automatic emergency braking, which is a really nice feature. So if there's someone going slower than you, you're not paying attention, maybe they're turning, something like that, it'll warn you and let you know that the person in front of you stopped and that your current speed, you're going to hit them. Even initiates the brake support, which means that it preloads those brakes, so when you're ready to hit that brake in that situation, once you're alerted, then it'll brake even faster for you. So love how that works on the system too. Also post-collision braking. So if you do get in an accident, it's going to brake. So especially if you're unconscious, something like that, and you can't put it in a drive, or in the park, it'll go ahead and activate that post-collision braking for you too. So some great safety features to go along with that. Also with this, you do have the SOS post-crash alert system. Honks of horns, flashes of lights if you're in an accident, severe accident off the side of the road, lets people know to come to your safety, as well as you have 911 assist. So if you have your phone Bluetooth in, it'll call 911 for you, so to help bring them to your safety if you're in that situation. Also, you do have lane keeping system, standard equipment on the Outer Banks trim. So lane keeping means it helps you keep you in the center of your lane, or keeps you in your lane, I should say. And it does have a driver alert system that if you take your hands off the steering wheel too often, it alerts you and lets you know that. Also, you have a lane keeping aid system and alert system. So the alert system will mean that it'll let you leave your lane, but it'll alert you by vibrating the steering wheel and let you know that you've left your lane. Now the aid system, if you get over to that line, it'll help bring you and correct you and bring you into your lane. So the lane keeping system is a great feature to have. Last couple things I want to talk about is the secure lock, passive, and a theft system, which means only the key that you have, the coded key that you have is the only one that can start the vehicle. So even though this does have push button start, it knows that. So when you turn the vehicle off, it automatically engages that secure lock on the vehicle, and until that same keyed code tries to start it, it will not unlock it. So that way they cannot get into your vehicle, start your vehicle. Also, perimeter alarm is also standard equipment on the Outer Banks trim, which means it does have inclination as well as intrusion sensors in the vehicle. So if somebody tries to take your wheels, they jack the vehicle up, it tells it it's been jacked up. It's going to set the alarm off, as well as if you have the vehicle locked, there's nobody inside. They break the glass, try to get inside. There's sensors inside that lets people know that someone's trying to get in your vehicle as well. So some great features that are standard equipment on these, some mechanical features, but let's turn this around and let's talk about the styling of this vehicle. Now let's start up here on the windshield. This does have acoustic laminated windshield, which means it's two pieces of glass with plastic in between to help deaden some of those sound, make it a little bit quieter for those in the front seat up here. Also the wipers. You have windshield wiper de-icers. Standard equipment on the Outer Banks trim. I wish I had it on my Bronco. Really cool how that works, because it'll defrost, it'll keep those windshield wipers defrost. So wintertime, your windshield might defrost it. The wipers get wet and then they just freeze up on you. Windshield wiper de-icers will keep those free of that, so that's really nice to have. Also, rain sensing wipers too. So if you have your wipers in one of those auto settings there, then you don't have to worry about the wipers. If it starts to rain, they're going to come on automatically and wipe as fast as you need them to. The harder it rains, the faster they'll wipe without you having to do any of changing and turning that. Again, another feature I wish I had on my Bronco. Up here on the grille, you do have a painted black grille across here with the white Bronco lettering. So this does look a little different than your Big Ben as well as your base trim. Very dedicated grille to the Outer Banks trim here. Really nice luxury look to it. Also, it does have the molded in black bumpers down here. So molded in black means they take that black color, put it into the mold when they make it. It's not going to be painted over, so you don't have to worry about paint chips and such from rocks and stuff coming up onto the bumper. More durable, it'll last longer that way. Look through here, you're going to see the active grille shutters. Standard equipment on this. They're going to open and close when they need to. Nothing you have to do on your part. Faster speeds, it's going to close those up for better aerodynamics, allowing that airflow to come around there. Opens it up when you're in city, that kind of thing. Stop and go traffic, allow for as much air to come in to help that engine perform even better there. You will see for lighting, let's talk about that. You will see this does have the configurable daytime running lamp, and that is the LED light that comes across here inside. That's real sharp. Love how that looks. You also do have LED signature lighting. That's that light ring on the outside of your headlights. So very dynamic and great look to it. So nice LEDs up here. You will have LED headlights as well. So LEDs, all LEDs up here, by the way. So LED headlights, they are automatic feature. It means it come on automatically when it's dark, shut off when it gets light. And when you have it in auto setting. And what's great about this is if you maybe you have the headlights turned off for some reason, when you shut the vehicle off, the next time you turn it on, automatically kicks it over to the auto headlight. So hopefully you got a clip of that there. So it looks real sharp on this. This does also have auto high beams too, a lot like your automatic headlights. If it's dark outside, it's going to automatically turn those high beams on. Someone approaches you or in the city lights, it's going to turn them off. That is a feature you can activate and deactivate in your lighting section of your vehicle settings. The reason I mention that is because we actually live on windy roads, and we don't like those on because even though it's really dark on those roads, our headlights, our brights will hit those our neighbors' windows and such. So we actually deactivate ours, but it is a great feature you can activate and deactivate when you need to. Also, LED fog lights down here too is going to be standard equipment on these vehicles too. One other thing I wanted to show you, and that is how to pop the hood, because it's a unique way that Ford's come up with where you don't, a lot of times you want to try to, you pop it and then you try to find that handle. It's yellow. Where can I find it? You got to lean down there. Don't have to worry about that on the Bronco Sport. So you just pull this latch. See, it says 2 right there. So pull it once. It's going to pop it like normal. Do it again, and it's going to release the other one. So you don't have to go digging for any kind of latch. You just come up here and then you just open it up. So I love that feature. Kind of a small thing. Didn't mention it when I did the big bend trim, but I wanted to make sure I covered it in this video. Now moving around to the side over here, you're going to see the standard wheel is an 18-inch black painted alloy wheel. Great looking wheel. Comes standard with your all-season tires, which will also have the individual tire pressure monitoring system with those tires, so you know if you have one that's going to be low. For your brakes, you have a 4-wheel disc brakes with your ABS analog braking system as well. It comes along with that. You're going to see the several accents where it has that black molded in that I talked about with the front bumper for the same reason as the bumper, for durability from rock chips and that kind of thing. So you're going to see that on the wheel lip molding, the outside of your mirror caps, as well as a lower rocker molding down there. And you're going to also see it with your roof rack side rails as well. All of those are going to have that same finish to them here. You're going to also see here on the side the Outer Banks badging on the front doors up there. Your mirrors is going to be power heated mirrors that will heat that mirror in when you have the defrost on. We'll also have the Bliss, that blind spot information system with cross traffic alert. So if there's someone in your blind spot, it's monitoring that blind spot, let you know by putting a light in the corner of the mirror so you know it's not safe to go in that lane at that time. If you have your turn signal on, by the way, it's going to blink and let you know there's someone there. If you're backing up, someone crosses your path behind you, it's going to use those same sensors and lighting system to let you know that. Even it gives you a tone that it's not safe for you to back up. And you're going to get that message on your productivity screen as well there. So really love that system and how that works. It does have your body color door handles here as well. Kind of dresses that up instead of the black you get with the Big Bend trim. It does have the intelligent access. So with that key fob in my pocket, I can just walk up, put my hands in the door handle. It's going to automatically unlock the vehicle. Press the ridges on the front door there, and it's going to lock the vehicle up. I don't know if you saw that, but it does have invisible, that keypad, secure lock, passive or keyless entry keypad, so you can set your own code. If you want to leave the keys inside, you can, or maybe come out to the vehicle without your phone or your keys, then you can use that keypad to get in, unlock the vehicle and get into the vehicle that way as well there. Now this does have the key fob, so you can of course lock it with this. It does have remote start as well, standard equipment on the Outer Banks trim with that, and that key is going to be inside there. So what's great about it is if your vehicle is dead or something like that, you can use that key, put it in here, unlock the vehicle, pop the hood, jump it, that kind of thing, and it's all right there in your key fob. Real nice and easy to get to there. Now you will see the pillars here are kind of a high gloss black finish to them. Most of the models, it gives you a floating roofline design. In this case, it's kind of a two-tone design because it is going to have the shadow black painted roof up here. That's going to be standard equipment on your Outer Banks trim here. Privacy glass in these rear windows, quarter windows, and back glass. Keeps it cooler inside. Looks nice on the vehicle as well, along with the black. Here you do have child safety lock. So I'm going to open these, unlock this door. So you have a rear child safety lock. So if your kids are inside, car seats, that kind of thing, you don't want them to open the doors. If you have the vehicle turned off, maybe you're having a conversation, you don't want them getting in and out. You can lock those rear doors out. And the last thing I want to talk about here on the side is the Easy Fuel capless filler door. Just push the door there, it opens up. No cap to worry about losing, getting your hands dirty, leaving behind, anything like that. Double door system, so you just put that nozzle in there and it's going to go ahead, you just fill it up. What's great about it is a double door system, so if you do have run out of gas and you need to get a gas can to fill it up, you will need to use the funnel that comes with the vehicle, because otherwise those funnels will not fit that door correctly and it will not release that second door. So real nice in how that works, and that's been around for a long time, works really great. Now moving to the back here, you will see the center high mounted stoplight up here. That is your third brake light, a lot of people like to call it. You do have rear defrost with rear wiper back here, so you can keep that free of any kind of snow, ice, that kind of thing back here. Your Bronco wording on here is going to be in white, so Bronco Sport. here on the back is in the white. You do have your LED tail lights, so I'll unlock this so you can see that. So nice bright LED lights with the turn signals that are amber back here. So real nice and how that all works here. Rear view camera with reverse sensing. So you're gonna be able to see as you're backing up, but also standard equipment on these is the rear parking sensors. So as you're backing up, you're gonna get alerted if you get too close to anything as well. So I like that. You do have the molded in black bumpers, just like the wheel lip moldings, the side rocker, the front bumpers, again, for durability there with those. This glass does pop separate from the liftgate, which is something that we haven't seen on the Escape for a while, and this kind of brings it back to this like the old Escape used to have. So you just press this glass one is on the left side of that camera, so you press that, it releases it so you can open up, put those last items in there and such like that. Does have nice struts on it. Shut it, just that easy. And then the other lift gate, you just press this the other button and then you pull it up there. It does not have power lift gate on any of the trims, I don't believe. So, okay, in here in the back, we do have these floodlights here in the corners here. I want to point these out on the lift gate, so that way you can see inside there. So what's great about it is you use the switch over here on the left side, you just press that and it's going to turn these on. You can angle those, you can position those however you want to. Now that's on the left side over there for that switch. On the right side is going to be the 12-volt outlet over here. So that's where if you want to put that in there, that's kind of a power point is what Ford likes to call it. That's on the right side over there. Carabiner hooks as well on both sides. So you have two on both sides. So if you want to hook some things in there, keep things from moving around, you can do that in here. And then over here, you're going to see a bottle opener. So that's real nice having that over here. If you're camping and such like that, having that bottle opener, don't have to search one or dig for one or anything like that. You do have a rubberized flooring in here on the bottom. Now this is elevated a little bit because the stubs have the bigger full-size spare when you go with the tow package. Standard equipment will be the mini spare, which we'll talk about in just a little bit. It'll normally be a little bit lower that way. Seat backs do have these basically rubberized mats, right? They're not installed. I'll go ahead and install them here in just a little bit, but you put those, they can snap off, so that way you can hose them off, which is real nice, and then you snap them back into position. Real nice and easy using the snaps on the back of those seats. You also see that latch system, the 3 spots there for that lower anchors and tethers for children. So front facing car seats, you would bring that strap over here, position it so it'll stay back against that car seat or against the seat. And then of course you do have the hooks in between the seat cushion and seat back on the front for any front or rear facing to harness those in and not have to use the shoulder straps for that. So I always like to include and talk about that. You do have some tie downs in here, 2 here and towards the back as well as 2 towards the front, so you can tie things down in there. You can lay those seats down, 60-40 split bench seat, lay them down. There is a interior bike cargo system that we'll talk about here in a little bit, in optional equipment where you can lay those seats down, use those hooks to keep those into position there as well as anything else. Now inside here, we'll just lift this up. You do have, this one has a full-size spare. That is not standard equipment. The standard equipment is the mini spare in here that will go in there, and this won't have this elevated lift here because of that. And then you'll also have the cargo management system. So you can see around there, you can a lot of different things where you can position things in there, nice and easy to get to. And your funnel should be in there somewhere as well, positioned in there for you. And I didn't see it in the last Bronco Sport one, but the funnel should be inside and maybe with the vehicle as well. So real nice and how all the different cargo you have back there. And if you don't have the full-size spare or the like this one here, if you have the mini spare, this extra shelf can go on the top up here, or there's another position down below that as well, either one of those. So let's move inside now, talk about some of the interior features. Now moving to the interior, there are 2 different color interiors that you can get on these. This one happens to be the navy pure interior, so you can kind of see a good look of what this looks like with the nice darker blue accent to it with some gray accents on the door and ebony accents. Or you do have the ebony with the roast interior. So that's that dark brown interior with the leather, the trim on those seats, as well as the trim on the doors too, instead of the navy pure around this door right here. You're gonna see it in that dark roast. So a couple different looks to it. Either way, the registers are gonna be what they call Silver Mountain on those registers. And just a great look. So now panning across the dash, I want you to see it does have dual airbags. So the driver and front passenger have dual stage airbag. Depends how close you are to the front of the vehicle. It deploys a different size airbag. The driver will have knee airbag, and you'll have side impact airbag for the driver and front passenger to help protect from those side collisions. Safety canopy airbag as well that deploys down from the side of the windows, protect from breaking glass with a rollover sensor on those. So some great safety precautions there. You will get your carpeted flooring throughout with carpeted mats in the front as well as the rear seats. The front ones will have the Bronco embroidering on those. The back ones will not back there. You do have additional sound deadening materials as well in your headliner too to make it a little bit quieter in the vehicle here. Now let's talk about the seats in here. These are sport contoured seats. They are leather trimmed, which means the inserts are leather, the outside are leather as well. You do have in these bolsters is kind of a cloth material to it. Easy clean like you did see in the Big Ben trim. Real nice, comfortable seats on these. You do have heated seat for the driver and front passenger, so you're going to have that control there, and that will be utilized as well when you, for the driver's seat anyway, when you remote start the vehicle. You have an 8-way power driver seat over here, so forward and back, up and down, power recline, as well as power lumbar. Passenger will also get power seat, 6-way power seat, forward and back, up and down, and power recline for that seat there too. In the rear, you do have a 60/40 split bench seat, means that that backrest can come down. We mentioned that earlier in the video. You do have an armrest that comes out of the middle backrest back there. And on the back of these seats, you're going to see this MOLLE strap system here, as well as the zipper pockets, which was not standard on the Big Ben. It is standard on the Outer Banks trim here. Behind the console, not only do you get 2 registers for AC and heat to come through, but you also do get 2 USB ports, USB Type A and a USB Type C, as well as you get a 110 outlet as standard equipment back there behind the console. Here on the door, you do have your power windows, including one touch feature for the front windows, which means you just hard press it down. They're going to go down automatically. Don't have to hold it, as well as coming up, and that's just for the front windows up there. Power locks are going to be up here by the door handles too. So power windows, power locks, and power mirrors as well. For those, you're going to see those switches down there where the windows switches are. Leather wrap heated steering wheel is standard equipment on the Outer Banks trim. You do have a manual tilt and telescoping steering wheel. Just pull that lever on the left side over here, and it'll go up and down, forward and back, so you can get it just right for any size driver there. Let's talk about controls here on the steering wheel and behind. 2 levers over here. The one over on the left will, of course, is your turn signals. So you want, of course, turning left or right, you just move it accordingly. But you do have over here on the left one, on the end of that is a little button. That's the button that activates and deactivates your lane keeping system. So if you can't find it, that's where it's located over there. The lever over here is going to be for your wipers. So of course, going up and down, that's going to be your wipers. The little button, the little dial over here is going to control your how fast your intermittent works. But as long as you have that wiper in that first setting we talked about earlier for the rain sensing wipers, it's going to turn them on. You don't have to keep adjusting that yourself if you don't want to. The switch over here on the end is going to be for the rear wiper back there. So you just turn that this way, and that'll turn that rear wiper on that way. So that's where you're going to adjust it right there. Pull this towards you. That's going to give you that the washer on that windshield. So you just pull it towards you, turns the washer on, and then of course turns the wiper on to wipe that and clean that the windshield off. Let's talk about the controls on the steering wheel itself. The one on the left side is going to be your cruise control over there. That's where that's going to be located there. Below that is going to be your audio controls, volume controls, I should say, up, down, mute, right there on the left side. On the right side, the bottom buttons down there are going to be presettings, as well as buttons you use for your, if you want to, make and receive phone calls, use the sync commands, that kind of thing, which we're going to talk about in just a little bit. When you're on a call, you can use these buttons to hang up the phone and such. The little buttons above that is going to be what's going to control this 6.5-inch digital productivity screen in between your speedometer and your tach right here. So real nice, a little bit bigger than in the Big Ben, 6.5-inch productivity screen right there, and you can control all those features and such with the switches right here, up and down, menu, back, and such like that. Your push button start is going to be over here to the right of the steering wheel, just to the left of this nice big opening right here. Climate control, dual zone automatic climate control. So the driver and front passenger have 2 different temperatures if they want. So real nice in how that works there too. You have 3 different auto settings for fan speeds there, and you can keep and hold that temperature when you want to. For your audio controls, it does have an AM/FM 6-speaker audio sound system. It does come with Sirius XM standard equipment. It does have the 8-inch touchscreen with the Sync 3 software system there. So real nice in how that works. It does have Android Auto, Apple CarPlay as well, standard equipment on that. So great sound system. Sync 3 system has been working really well. And I do have videos on how-to videos on the Sync 3 system if you want to check those out on our YouTube channel. Up here on the mirror, you do have an auto-dimming rear view mirror, which means if cars come up behind you with those bright lights, it's going to automatically dim the mirror. You don't have to worry about a lever to flip or anything like that. Overhead console here does include a sunglass bin. Just pop that open and you can open that up, put sunglasses in there, and then just close it at will there. Talk about the media hub in this console area next. Down here in the media hub, you do have a nice big opening down here with a power point down there, a 12-volt power point there, as well as 2 USB ports, USB Type A and Type C there, to be able to power different devices that way. You know that a lot of times that Type C will transport data a lot faster, a little more stable than your Type A there. On the console, you do have the rotary dial shifters right here, which the benefit of that too is if you have that in drive and you're not thinking about it and you just go to get out, and you do not put it in park, it will automatically put it in park for you. So that's a nice safety feature having that rotary dial shifter here. You do have your parking brake right back there, electric parking brake with the auto hold right here. You did see some clips of that earlier, as well as you did see a clip of the GOAT modes, which is right behind that. Of course, you do have your cup holders here. You do have ambient lighting as well that lights up down in the footwells, which is really nice having that ambient lighting. And we do have a console here, nice padded. This happens to be the navy pier, so that's the color, or it's going to have the roast color on that. Open that up. You also do have another USB Type A and C in there with 2 slots for cords to come through as well right here, and a compartment to store some things in as well in there. And I think the last thing I need to talk about is your FordPass Connect, which is standard equipment as well. So it allows you to stay connected with your vehicle using the FordPass app. So you can unlock and lock your vehicle from anywhere, schedule remote start times. You can actually remote start your vehicle from anywhere, locate your vehicle, a lot of different features in there. You can also see how much fuel you have in the app, your tire pressure as well, a lot of different features about your vehicle right there within that app, and it connects to the vehicle using embedded modem. So I love how that all works, and all your FordPass reward points are in there as well, and loyalty points too. So you definitely want to make sure you connect your vehicle, and real easy to do that. Your dealer can help you set that up for you as well there. So that's all the standard equipment. Let's talk about a couple packages you might think about getting on your vehicle. Now I want to start talking about some different packages, and the packages usually include several features within the package. Now, last year for 2021, Ford had a package called the Outer Banks package on the Outer Banks trim, which included a package with a moonroof. Well, not everybody wanted the moonroof, so they took the moonroof out of that package, and now this year they're calling it the Tech package instead of the Outer Banks package. So this Tech package includes 4 features, all interior features that I want to share with you. The first one to talk about is the B&O audio sound system. Bang & Olufsen 10-speaker sound system with subwoofer. So great sound in here. You can see a big speaker up there, as well as some speakers in the corner on the dash, big speakers down here as well on the doors. So great sound system. Again, 10-speaker B&O audio sound system. Also does include HD radio, so a little high quality radio. So HD radio that comes along with that, high definition there. You also do get the universal garage door openers up here, so they're on the visor. 3 buttons up here. You can program those to different transmitters, usually garage door openers, sometimes gates for if you live out on a farm, something like that, that you want to program to those. So that way you don't have that garage opener on that visor, which where most people put it, and you pull it down and sometimes you hit it and it goes down your lap and you're driving, it's not safe. And so you can tuck that down in your console if you want to, and you have it right up here on your visor. Also, you get the wireless charging pad. So nice feature to have here. That's included as well. So you put that wireless charging phone down in there and a wireless charge your phone while you're driving. Best way is to tuck that phone away anyway, and use the buttons here to be able to make and receive phone calls, and also charging your phone while you're driving. So it's a great package here, and again, this package does not include the moonroof, but you do, if you want the optional moonroof, you will need to get this package. So we'll talk more about that when we get to the optional equipment. But let's talk about a couple other packages you may be wanting to consider. Now let's talk about another package that's available for you, and that is the Copilot 360 Assist Plus package. Now this package is a great package. It includes your adaptive cruise control with a lot of different features within that, including your stop and go, as well as lane centering, and you can even get the speed sign recognition with this package, and this package also comes with navigation. So let's talk about all those features for a second. Now, within your cruise control, you can use the traditional cruise control if you want that will not have the adaptive cruise control, or you can select the adaptive cruise control, which is going to allow you, if there's a car going slower than you and you're coming behind them, without hitting your brake, it's going to slow you down to go their speed. Even if they bring you to a complete stop, it'll do that as well. Hit the resume button as they take off. It'll speed you back up. Keep you going their speed until you pass them and it's safe for it to resume. That's a great feature to have. Lane centering will keep you in the center of your lane as well. So you do not, this is, the lane centering is only activated when you have your adaptive cruise or intelligent cruise activated, not otherwise. That's where your lane keeping system will come in handy, is when you don't have your cruise control on, keeping you in your lane. Lane centering will keep you in the center of your lane, not let you get to the sides of the lane. Now your speed sign recognition is where you'd go to the intelligent cruise control. So when you select an intelligent cruise, not only is it going to use the adaptive cruise control, but now it's seeing the speed sign and letting your cruise be dictated by that. So you can have a tolerance anywhere from, I think, 0 to like 15 miles over the speed limit if you want. Set that tolerance, like I like to do, at 5 miles an hour over. If that speed sign is 70 miles an hour, you're going around 75. If that speed sign changes, let's say you go into a smaller city and it changes down to 60, it's going to automatically slow you down to 65. So that way you don't get any speeding tickets. So the intelligent adaptive cruise is really cool when it works that way. So also you get the evasive steering assist that comes along with this. So if you can't stop, there's an accident, someone stopped all of a sudden suddenly and you can't hit them, or you're going to hit them and you can't avoid them, you can, if normally you would turn to avoid them, evasive steering assist is going to assist in that steering away from that accident. Now, evasive steering assist, as well as all the adaptive cruise, is something you can activate and deactivate in your driver assist features within your settings. And the last thing as part of this package is that navigation system. The only way you can get the on-screen voice activated navigation with the pinch to zoom capabilities and swipe capabilities is with this package. So it does give you the on-screen navigation system on that 8-inch touchscreen here. So this vehicle does happen to have that, so you can see within this vehicle exactly how all that works. So great package to have. This is a package that right now, at this current time, is slowing some of the builds down because of the adaptive cruise control technology and all the chips that it takes. But it's a great feature to have, and be willing to wait to get this package on your vehicle. Now the last package I want to talk about is your Class 2 trailer tow package. Now this package, this vehicle happens to have it on there. It does give you the big receiver hitch here for the tow hitch that you have to go in there. Also gives you the 4-pin wiring, and it also gives you trailer sway control with this package. So it includes all those features as part of this, and this is where you get your full-size spare. So of course, the only way you can get full-size spare is with this package, and it give you the full-size spare. That's why you have this elevated flooring here, is to accommodate for the wider, bigger tire. So full-size spare is going to be included as part of this trailer tow package. So if you're wanting, the full-size spare, then this might be the package you want to make sure you get, because it's the only way you can get the full-size spare in this. And let's say you don't need to hitch very often, you can still put bike racks and that kind of stuff into the hitch, and then you have it, and that gives you the full-size spare when you need it. So now what I want to do is talk about some standalone options, and there are about 4 standalone options, and then a bunch of accessories and dealer installed options that we're going to get to in just a little bit when we go inside, so I can kind of show you on the computer there on the build and price tool. But first I want to talk about the standalone options, because this one happens to have a couple of those on it right now. One of them is the power moonroof. So power moonroof is a standalone option, does require you to have the tech package though. So unlike last year where the moonroof was taken out of the Outer Banks package, it was included in the Outer Banks package, this one is optional but does require to have the tech package to get the power moonroof. Just so you know that if you try to not select the tech package on Ford's build and price, you're not going to see the moonroof come up, because that's how you have to have that, is with this tech package. So power moonroof does give you the power sunshade, like this particular vehicle does have right here. Also does include the power moonroof as well. So real nice look to it, and just how it all functions and everything. So pretty cool little system there. Also on the front, you can get a couple different standalone options. One of them is an engine block heater. So if you're in a cold weather state, you have to keep your vehicle outside, you want to plug it in so that it starts up easy on those really cold days out there, you need to get to work. Engine block heater is something you want to make sure you order on your vehicle. Also, the front license plate bracket. States that require front license plate, it is standard equipment, but in Kansas, if you order it for a vehicle here in Kansas, we actually have to add it as a standalone option. No charge option, but you do have to add it anyway. That is not showing on the build and price tool, but that is something a lot of times we'll add it to all of our vehicles. But like with this one, we didn't put it on the front of the vehicle. We allowed for the customer to put it on there if they need it, because some people, like for me, I don't need one in the state of Kansas, so I don't put one on the front of my vehicles. So that's something we add later if you want to. And the last thing I want to talk about is the cargo management system. This is a pretty cool shelf, divider, and table all in one. In fact, it was a really cool feature that I did a video last year in the 21 model year, same as this year. So check out this video clip where I kind of explain how this works, how it functions and everything, kind of a how-to video on this cargo management system. So check this out. Here. Now let's talk about this shelf. That's why you probably watched this video. So this is a shelf divider, real lightweight, as you can see, very lightweight. You can come completely out. It can go into several positions. Now, it is a divider as well as a shelf and a table. So let's talk about the divider first. If you fold this does fold, has magnets on it, folds in half, does have these nice little handles you can use there. Even has a nice little ruler on there if you need it to measure anything. I think probably thinking about that because they do that with the F-150 now on the tailgate. But you can, if you have it in this position, there's two different spots back here that you can slide that in and make a divider. So we're gonna, move it in to the first position. It goes completely down. Now you have a divider back there. So if you want to put some smaller stuff back there, don't want them to roll out, you can put it there. Also, if you lift this up about halfway, there's actually an opening right over here, so you don't have to take it all the way out. You can actually take it halfway, slide it back to the other position. So let me show you. Bring that up. Got to get it just right though. And then it slides through here, go into that next spot there, push it down. Now you have a divider back here, so you can have some of your bigger luggage back there, something here that's easy to attain or get to. That's how that's going to go. Now let's go ahead and put it in the shelf and how that works. So pop that out completely and put it down. Now it does sit on these little ledges, which you'll have only if you have this cargo management system. Typically that will not be in the vehicle, so it's not like something you can add later. You really do have to get this from the factory. In fact, if you go to Ford.com and go to build and price on the Bronco Sport, it's going to be listed under your interior features, not down in your accessories. This is not an accessory, so it's not something you can get afterwards. You want to order this with your Bronco Sport from the factory. Okay, so you can slide this around. It's easier if you open this up. And there's the lock over here on the side, and there's little arrows. You can line up with the arrows on the side, two different locations. If you want it in the shelf system, you want to go back to the back here. There actually, it's easier to see the hole back there. Then you go ahead and lock it into place on that side. And then this side we can move just a little bit. There we go. And we lock it into place. So that's locked into place there. This shelf here does have a magnet on it, and there's some bolts here, so it does kind of magnetize to that and gives it some solid function there. So it does limit it to 30 pounds, as it says right here. So you have a nice little shelf system. You can fold it in, and you can hear it click into place, magnetize in the back as well. So there you go. There's your location for your shelf system. Now, if you want to put it in the table, we want to move it up to these other slots towards the back. So easier to do if you unfold it. So we'll do that. We'll unlock it, turn both of those. We'll move it back, find those locations. We'll do the left side first and then the right side. And now that's locked into position there. You can leave it folded in if you want to. And then when you're ready for that, you fold it out. You have these little legs. Kind of pull these out, and then you just set it down and it sets on top of the bumper. So now you have a little table system right here, easy to be able to use. So pretty good little cargo management system. So first time getting one of these in, want to do a video on this and kind of show that. It does have some openings in here for maybe tying things down if you want to, so they don't move around. And pretty good little system here. I had seen images online of being a shelf and a table, forgot that there was a divider system as well. So a lot of people may not be aware of that. So there's a couple different slots for it to be able to make a divider and manage your cargo. Now, what I want to do now is talk about standalone options. We talked about a few there that are factory installed options, and I kind of want to show you in the building, but we'll kind of recap a few of those here, or those 4 options here as we go through the build and price. So now what I want to do is I want to kind of show you the rest of these options that are available are Ford accessories or dealer installed options, which most of them means that you can get those afterwards through your Ford parts department or Ford accessories. and have them installed yourself if you want to. Some you want to have the dealer install them for you, and we'll kind of go through those now. But first, I want to go over this build and price tool so you can see. So everything I covered under the standard equipment is not always listed under the build and price. That's why I kind of want to go over that. But when you want to configure it, you go to Ford.com and you can configure. So we're going to go up here to the SUVs and crossovers, and we're going to click on Bronco Sport. So when you go in there, of course, you can pick your different trims, and we're talking about Outer Banks. So let's click on the Start Your Build for the Outer Banks. Okay, and so what we've talked about so far is all your standard equipment and those different packages. So up here, you're going to see the different sections. If you go to packages, then you can see those are the 3 packages we talked about earlier in the video. The tech package, the class 2 trailer tow package with trailer sway control, and your co-pilot 360 assist package. You can see the prices on each of those packages right there. Co-pilot 360 assist plus package, very inexpensive for what you're getting there, in my opinion. And then that tech package gives you some of the other features. And again, don't forget to get the optional moonroof we talked about. Does require to have that tech package, and I'll kind of show you that, because if we go up to here to the interior section, which is where moonroof's listed, if I try to select moonroof, it tells you that it requires the tech package, yes or no. So hit no, and it won't let you add that feature. So that, just keep that in mind for that package. So that's how that's selected. Now let's talk about your exterior features first, and we're going to talk about go through this for the build and price, because it can be confusing on what's available, what you have to get from the factory and what you don't. And the 4 that I mentioned inside the building over there are things that you do have to get at the factory, and that is your engine block heater for the exterior features, as well as your front license plate bracket. They're going to send that to you. Actually, front license plate bracket, to be honest, you don't have to get from the factory if you don't want to. You can get it later. It's a no charge option if you get it ordered on your vehicle from the factory. So that a little unknown fact about that. So especially in states that don't require front license plate like Kansas, you'll want to make sure you do that. Okay, so also, and then, so that's really on all the exterior features. That's the only one, engine block heater and front license plate bracket, you'd want to get from the factory. Now, when looking at these other features, Ford lists some of them as Ford accessories, some of them as dealer installed options. Either way, most of these you can have the dealer install that for you after you get your vehicle. You hate to put that on there and hold up your build from getting scheduled and getting produced because of some of these things. You can always add afterwards if you want to. So let's talk about some of those. One of them here is your splash guards. Now, this image actually, if you click on it, it actually changes the look of the vehicle, but that picture is not correct, by the way. So splash guards those are mud flaps, not splash guards, and the difference is the splash guards are more of a molded in look like the bumpers, and they're more of a hard material that does not flex and move like the mud flaps do. So for $220, you get front and rear splash guards. Again, picture doesn't dictate what it really looks like. So that's something you can add. Again, splash guards is listed under accessories. Dealer would help you install those. You could probably install them yourself. A lot of them are very easy to learn and know, and the pre-drilled holes and that kind of thing. You can always add that afterwards. Now, the flare kits, fender flare kit 1, which is really cool. If you click on the eye on any of these, you can actually click on that and it tells you more about it. Shows you what that looks like on the vehicle too. Now this in here is a pocket style fender flare. Pretty cool look here. It is it is pre-assembled but not paintable. So basically that is what it's going to look like. You can really real nice having the molded in if you want that look. So it kind of replaces the fender flare that was on there, or the molding, and they put the fender flares on there. So the dealer would install the fender flares if you order this from the factory. Now, we're going to uncheck that. Now, if you go to the fender flare kit 2, looks the same. The difference is the fender flare kit 2 is painted. So the dealer would paint that to match the body color, and then they would install it for you. So that's how that would work. That's why it's $1,000 versus $500, is they're going to paint them, and that's the cost of having those painted to match your fender flare. So pretty cool little couple options that you can get from the factory there. And now moving down, engine block heater we talked about, the roof rack rail crossbar 2. Again, if we click on that, it gives us a little clip of that, what that looks like. It does say available on Badlands, and this is the crossbar 2, because there's 2 different versions. So your base, Big Bend have one version, and then the version for your Badlands and Outer Banks are the crossbar 2. So you can see there, if you're wanting to put any kind of rack system on your vehicle, you're going to want these crossbars to attach them to. So keep that in mind as well. Or if you want to put luggage up there, leave your rear cargo for other things,
you can do that as well there and add that to your build. Again, dealer would install that. That is a dealer installed option. Now we do have 2 mud flap kits here, actually 3. We have a front, rear, and front and rear. So of course those are not compatible with each other. You pick one or the other, because if you wanted the front and the rear, you would just select that one. You know, if you want the front, of course you wouldn't select the rear or the front and the rear, right? So it makes kind of makes sense there. So you can get those 3 kits, and those, as you can see, has the same image as what we did see earlier. So that is what a mud flap looks like. By the way, these are not compatible with your fender flare kits or your other splash guards too. So if you want the fender flares, you cannot get these mud flaps. So keep that in mind on your build. Now moving to the interior options down here that are available. We talked about the moonroof already, and I'm not sure why that's selected. So we'll unselect that. It doesn't really matter. Yep. So now you do have the cargo mat. Cargo mat is something is listed as an accessory from Ford. Again, it's just a mat you put in the cargo area. Click on that little eye. You can see that. $130. You can get the all-weather mat in there. You already get the rubberized flooring. This mat would just go in there. So you know, if you want the versatility of just being able to take that mat out, that's cool. Plus, the nice Bronco on in the middle there looks a little different than it does on the rubberized flooring that comes standard. So keep that in mind too. Now, first aid kit is of course, they mentioned it's a dealer installed option, but really it just comes in a bag and they just put it in the vehicle. But first aid kit, of course, going to include band-aids, that kind of stuff. If you get injured, you're off-roading. Plus, a pretty cool little Bronco bag that they all go in. So there's how that would look. $40 if you want to have that put on in your vehicle. Again, you can get this through Ford Accessories off of Ford's website. Have it mailed to you if you want. You do have the interior bike rack as well. Actually, I totally went over the on-road assistance kit. That is $60. So click on that, and you can kind of see. So that gives you a multi-tour. It gives you some other things, jumper cables, that kind of thing. Also a bag to put everything in with the Bronco logo on there. So pretty cool in how that works. And that's if you're off the side of the road, need someone to come to your safety, flashlight, that kind of thing. That's kind of cool to have. And again, it's an accessory you can add later if you want to. Into your bike rack. This is pretty cool. So click on that. Kind of shows you what it looks like. It didn't really show you all the tools that come with it, but it does have some harnesses and such so that you can put those bikes in there, and of course straps to tie those wheels on there as well. And it fits inside and allows you to close the lift gate too. Pretty cool on how that works. $240 if you want the interior bike kit. You will have to lay the seats down if you want to install that in there. So keep that in mind. Pretty cool there. 2 different floor liners, and these are considered accessories. Again, can be added later if you want to, or from the factory. Shouldn't hold up your build. You can get it with or without the carpeted mats. So that means if you don't plan on using the carpet mats, you always want the all-weather mats in there. Get it without it. Save yourself $40 that way. Cargo management system we did talk about earlier as a factory installed option. I'm not sure if that's something you can get through Ford Accessories or not, or if you have to get it from the factory. Kind of showed you that video earlier. Pretty cool on how that works in there. I think it probably has to be a factory installed option, because to put that in there, it does change the rail system that goes on the side of the cargo area. That has to be installed. And so that's why I think it has to be ordered from the factory and not something you can, get as an accessory later. So it might be something you want to make sure you get from the factory there. And then the last thing on the interior is your center console vault. So click on the eye again, and you can see there it is a combination lock. It has a little Ford blue oval on there. Put that in the console. That way you can lock things inside the console and know that you're protected. Especially if you carry a firearm or something like that. Putting that in there, locking it up, then that secures it away and that kind of thing. So those are all your dealer installed options, a couple accessories. And to break it down on Ford's build and price, the floor liners, cargo mat, and the splash guards are factory accessories. Again, all those can be thrown in the vehicle. You can get those from Ford Accessories later if you want to. And then the rest of the options are dealer installed options. So most of those, some of them they just throw in the vehicle, but some of them do have to be installed, like the fender flare kits, like the your crossbars, as well as the bike rack system, that kind of thing. The mud flaps, they do have to install that when the vehicle gets there. So those are all your standalone options, dealer installed options, and I think I've covered all of the features on these for standard equipment. So all your front, all your standalone equipment, your different packages I mentioned, standalone options for the factory as well as dealer installed options, all in this video. So hope you did enjoy this video, and if you did, smash that like button. If you want a little more information about getting a vehicle here at Law McArthur Ford, we do MSRP pricing on all of our custom ordered Bronco Sports, including the Badlands editions. So you want to get a good price, get the best deal, pre-order it through Law McArthur, get MSRP. We do have a dealer fee right now. That dealer fee is $500, so $499.95, so pretty much $500. And we do free shipping. So a little more information about that is that if you finance a vehicle with us, we use the profit from the lender there to pay for the shipping. So we do max out $1,000 for that reason. So we'll pay for the first $1,000 of your shipping if you want it shipped right to your door. So if you want to get a vehicle at MSRP pricing, know that a dealership that's going to honor that pricing, then you can get it through Law McArthur and get it ordered and shipped right to your door. So we're really good in how we've build these vehicles. We know what it takes. We know what things are going to hold up your builds and can inform you and let you know that, so you can get the vehicle as fast as possible. You can get it through Law McArthur Ford, and we have it shipped right to your door. So numbers are on the screen. If you want to call, send us a text message. We can help you out with that. And if you want that custom ordered and everything, we can do that for you, real nice and easy for you. Now, first time watching one of our videos, hit that red subscribe button down below so you can subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification bell. That way you can get notified the next time we have another video upload to YouTube channel. Don't forget to smash that like button before you leave this video. And you can find us on social media. We're at Law McArthur on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. As well, if you'd like to follow me, you can find me. I'm at Tim Bartz on Twitter as well. And you're going to see I cast out and keep you updated on all things Ford news, updates, and information, including our weekly live stream that we do right here on our YouTube channel every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Central Time. So if you want to come on over, we kind of keep you updated on anything that's changed in the ordering process. Like if you have a vehicle on order and you want to know, hey, if I have something on my build that would actually hold up my build, we talk about all that on our Tuesday night live stream. So you might check those out as well. Again, every Tuesday night right here on our YouTube channel. Make sure you smash that the subscribe button and the notification bell if you want to stay updated when we go live on Tuesday nights. So thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. And until the next one, we'll see you later. Thanks.